Welcome or welcome back to my channel, Debt Free Me. My name is Yana and I'm on a debt free journey. But in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing my January's paycheck spending plan. My start date for this paycheck was December 23rd and my end date will be January 23rd. A few disclaimers. This is not my budgeting template. I did buy this from a YouTuber that's within the budgeting community. The second one is that me and my husband do not share finances. And the third one is that I am a salary employee and I have no chance of overtime. So all in any income that I get, I need to be able to make it last for the full month while also concentrating on paying off my debt. For my income, I did receive my paycheck and I budgeted $6,219.18. And then also my husband sent over $400. This is my budget income breakdown pie chart, and so I do like to review this. And so for my debt, I should be allocating about 21.2% of my income towards that. 11.3% of my income should go towards savings. 27.8% of my income will go towards expenses, and I am planning for 39.6% of my income to go towards bills. So for my bills categories, I have rent, which I've already paid. My rent was $1,529.29. And then also my energy bill came in and I also paid that for $181.29. For my Nana's mortgage, I don't have anything budgeted because my sister was kind enough to give me the money to be able to use that for the mortgage. So I did not have to budget anything here. Oh, and for those who are new, I do pay a portion of my Nana's mortgage. It's not much. My nephew lives in her home and he pays the bulk of it. I just paid a difference from the increase that we had back in July. For my life insurance, I did budgeted $55. For Amazon, I budgeted $150 because I have decided to switch from a monthly subscription to a yearly subscription. And that's because, first of all, a yearly subscription is much cheaper overall than doing a monthly subscription. And then second, I just want to be able to pay it and get it done and out the way for the full year instead of having it come out of my paycheck every month. For worship, I did put $500 aside. And for my car taxes, every January, I pay car taxes, and so it will be $205.02 this year. For my expenses, I budgeted $700 for food. For my hair category, I needed to increase this again because me and my daughter got our hair done twice in the month of December. So I think after I replenish this time, we'll be good because we generally get our hair done once a month. So I set aside $250 for that. For my daughter's account, I set aside $200 for that. For my gas fund, I put $125 aside for that. For my household, I am setting aside $125 for that as well. For takeout, I set aside $150. For massage, I set aside $110. And I have increased this because they have increased how much it was going to cost for my membership fees. For my medical category, I did give $100. And then for my gym, I did set aside $79. In my savings categories, my daughter high yield savings account, I put aside $200 for that. From my high yield savings account, I put aside $200 for that. My high yield savings account is essentially my emergency fund that I'm trying to build up. Christmas is going to be like a sinking fund. And so last month I realized I put it in expenses where really it should be in savings because it is a sinking fund and it's something I'm trying to build up over the year. And I won't be spending from my Christmas category every month. So I put it over here to savings. So I set aside $60 for that. For medical, I did give $90 towards that. And I know I have medical in my expenses, but why I wanted to have medical in savings is because I would really like to start saving for a medical emergency fund because I think my daughter might have to have braces soon. And also, you just never know what might happen. For my car, I did set aside $100 and I wanted to start putting the money aside for car maintenance and slash a new car. I do have a 2014 and she is paid off. I paid her off in May of 22. So that's why I don't have a car note. But, she is getting up there with miles and I want to make sure I'm able to maintain maintenance until I have enough money to get a new vehicle. So that's why I started this car fund. And then for travel, I do like to travel. I shouldn't be traveling while I'm in debt because I need to focus on getting out of this debt. But what I wanted to start saving for was my daughter, her birthday, and her graduation is all within the same week of this year. And so I want to have some money set aside for whatever activity I decide to do or plan for her in celebration of her birthday and her graduation. So I put $100 aside for that. Investments, as I always say, I don't have any investments outside of my retirement fund. And once I'm out of debt, I will focus more on this area. Now for my debt section, I have kind of moved around my debts. My credit cards used to be at the top and my student loans used to be the last one, but I changed it up because I'm almost done paying off this Discover credit card and I didn't want to have to delete it and move it up. I figured my student loans is going to be here the longest, so I might as well have that up here first. And then my City card will be the next one that I pay off and my Discover card will be paid off. If I am doing this correctly and able to swing it, this Discover credit card should be paid off with this paycheck. My student loans, I did budgeted $300 to go towards those. My City credit card, I have been budgeting $100 to go towards that debt. And then my Discover credit card, my goal payment is $1,000. This is where I will go to see how much money I have left over from my expenses. But the only reason why I'm here is because I did keep the money for my food and hair account as rollover. So with food, I will have $42.74 to roll over, which will give me 700 plus dollars. And then for my hair account, I do plan on keeping that $60.80 to roll over. And so when I actually allocate these funds to these accounts, I will have more than $250 to spend on me and my daughter's hair. Last but not least, my income summary. For what I have budgeted, my income will be $6,619.18. My bills will be a total of $2,620.60. And as you can see from my actual, I have already paid the $1,710.58. My expenses, I plan on spending $1,839. For my savings, I do plan on putting $750 towards those categories. For my debt section, I budgeted $1,400. And so now my total left over is $9.58. So as you can see right here, that reflects what is on my income summary. Now, I'm okay with not being a zero-based budgeter. I have realized over the past few months doing this that I have never really done a zero-based budget, and it's always because I'm afraid something might come up and then I will overspend. And then I become really hard on myself. To try to prevent that for the year of 2026, I'm okay if there's $9 left in the remaining to budget. I've said it once before and I'll say it again. I would rather have money in my account than a negative balance in my account. Please leave down in the comments if you tried to be a zero-based budgeter, but it just wasn't working for you. How did you cope with that? I am curious because I realized that I am not a zero-based budgeter. That's all I have for today's video. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.